Dun, dun, dun. Oh, snap. I don't have my microphone set. I knew I was missing one thing. Where's that at? Y'all, we're missing one thing. Missing the microphone. Boom! There we go. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Can you guys hear me? How is it? Is it good? Visuals good? Is that too bright? I don't even know anymore. What's going on? All right, all right. Let's see here. Live. I gotta get to the live myself so I can see all y'all comments. What is going on, everybody? If you guys are excited for this one, it's gonna be a fun one. Do 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 do. What's going on, Paulo? What's going on, Mark? Josh is in the house. Brandon, what's going on? What's going on, everybody? Got a big old blind happening tonight. Crud, what is going on here? There we go, there we go. Yes, guys, make sure to hit that like button. Let's get it. Everybody last night did get lit watching those games. That is for sure. I wish I didn't get that drunk watching those games last night. I was upset. I was upset for the entire time watching those games because both of the teams I wanted to win last night didn't win, which was unfortunate. But hey, sometimes things like that happen, and we're stuck with a 49ers and Chiefs Super Bowl. So we're going to be doing a live stream most likely, watching the game, and getting drunk. So who knows? Maybe we haven't made any decisions on that yet, but that is up in the air. Yes, Paulo, those games did suck. What's going on, Pouring Whiskey? How you doing, buddy? What is going on, Ben? Yeah, Ben, we got a good blind going on tonight. We've got some Whiskey Row offerings. We've got a 90 proof Old Forester single barrel bottle, not even made anymore. And then we've got the Early Times Bottled in Bond 100 proof. And this is going to be a fun one. This is going to be a fun one. I'll explain more once we get some more folks in here. It's only been 3 minutes. We've got 15 people in the chat. I want to know in the chat if you guys, after you guys watch today's video, what your thoughts are on the 1924. Price aside, don't talk about the price. If it was an $80 bottle, do you think that would be worth it? At 115, I'm not quite sure if it's worth it, but if the price was at like 80 bucks, 85 bucks, do you think that you would buy it at that price? Ben's happy that the Chiefs made it, not pulling for the 49ers. Winston's in the room. What's going on, bud? You're going to have to leave. You know, go out. Yeah, I know. 80 and release year round, yes. $115 once a year, no. Mark, I am on the same boat as you. I wish it was a little bit cheaper, and I wish that it was one that was just like going to be shelf available. And unfortunately, it's not. I don't know why. It's something that really irks me a little bit. But as I'm sitting here and I'm looking at these bottles, the one thing that really stood out to me is that most of these other offerings from Old Forester say distilled and bottled by Brown-Forman Distilling Company, and especially on the bottled and bond on the 1897, it says distilled out of this DSP KY 354 and bottled DSP KY 15007. Old Fine whiskey here just says bottled, distilled, and bottled by Brown Forman. The 1920 here says distilled and bottled by Brown Forman. My single barrel here says distilled and bottled by Old Forester Distilling Company. Early Times here says that it is distilled by DSP KY 354, which is Brown Forman. But you look on the back of the 1924, all it says is bottled by Old Forester Distilling Company. So these barrels, I'm not quite sure how old these barrels are, where they got them from and sourced them from. So that's an interesting thing. So yes, the ET Early Times right here is a very, very low bottle. I need to get a second one. So hopefully somebody in another surrounding state can snag one for me for the low. But going back again, it's very interesting to me. I don't know if you guys can see that on the right-hand side of the barcode. It just says bottled by Old Forester. It does not say that it is distilled by. So I really want to know where they specifically sourced these barrels from for this bourbon. And again, that's that transparency thing that we don't know. Let's go look at the chat. I want to try to have the Old Forester 117 bottle and bond, which is supposed to be 9-year, so I can compare. Russell's 10 available, cheaper, yes. Hunting the Elijah Craig barrel proof, yes. The Elijah Craig barrel proofs are definitely on my list this year, as always. Even though I believe the A124 is at least 10 years old, it's still coming out of barrel proof and cheaper than this bad boy right here. And the lower aged barrel is still higher aged than this bottle right here, which is interesting to me. But what do we got? We got 707. We got over 20 people in the chat. Everybody here, drop a like. I'm going to leave in the chat myself the link to the Patreon, as always. For as little as $2 a month, you can help support me like you wouldn't believe and join an amazing community of guys. A lot of the guys in this chat right now are from the Patreon, and pretty soon we'll be doing Patreon-only live streams, and you might want to join in on that because those are absolutely fun. A couple of my Patreons do all kinds of different samples and stuff like that. Those guys are absolutely awesome over there. But let's get into the nitty-gritty of what this blind is going to be. We're going to have a lot of fun. There's no time stamp and when we're going to end tonight's live. We could be doing multiple blinds tonight. Who knows? We'll see what goes on. But tonight we have a 1924 showdown going on. We've got Early Times Bottled and Bond, which is out of the Brown Forman. We've got a 90 proof Old Forester single barrel that is one of my absolute favorite Old Forester releases. You can't find these anymore. And, you know, it's something that's sad. They are still doing the 100 proof single barrel offerings, which you can still find. They're going to run you probably a little bit over what they're supposed to be because of how hard they are to come by. We've got the Old Forester 1924, the brand new bottle that everybody's going crazy over, whether you like it or not. We've got Old Forester 1897. You guys are probably wondering, why are these bottles so small? Well, I picked up a 3-pack of the 375 milliliters today because I was looking on my shelf and I didn't have any other Old Forester offerings after I drank all of them. I have a little bit left in my original bottle of my 1910, but I didn't want to put that into the blind because it is very, very low, and I've had that bottle for about 2 years now. So this is their original own distillate. This is their lower rye, I believe it, what is it, 72, 73% corn, bottled in bond, at least 4 years old, coming at 100 proof. You've got the Old Forester 1910 coming in at 93 proof, but this is a double barrel bourbon. Absolutely delicious. I know a lot of people love that, including myself. And then the one that's probably going to be the outlier for this evening is going to be the 1920 Prohibition style, coming in at 115 proof. So it's going to be a fun one. We're going to go through each glass. We're going to read the chat. We're going to have conversations, and it's going to be an absolutely fun night. I hope you guys are in for a blast. Let me know in the comments right now which one you think is going to come out on top. I'm going to put my bet in that if this one comes out and it's very, very strong and potent in the blind, I'm going to probably just not mind that one if it comes in first because of the proof. But my money is going to go for the 1910 Old Fine Whiskey coming in either first or second. So hey, who knows? Who knows? Steve's saying the 1920 is going to go for the win. And I might agree with it. You know, the 1920 is probably going to come out on top, but I think that 1910 might come out in second place. But what are we looking at here? Oh, God. Independent Joe's in the house. Shred is in the house. What is going on, everybody? What is going on? All right, let's get a sip of water here. And these are already mixed up. You got all of their information on the bottom of the bottle there, or the glass. And let's get the nose in these glasses here. Get some what? Get some 1915 in there, Ben. I actually contemplated doing like the 1915 and also the just their regular 100 proof, the $26 bottle that everybody loves to mix. But I wanted to see where this stacks up in the Whiskey Row lineup, specifically with their traditional offerings. Early times you can find in a lot of places, and I just wanted to see where if my 90 proofer here can stand to the test. I really did. I really did. John, thank you, John. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Don't Brandon says, don't sleep on the 1897. Tastes like bananas. 1910 is your pick. All right, we'll see if it tastes like bananas. I mean, it might come out like just like JD. You never know. But let's get in the nose of this glass. This is a very warm nose. It's got a lot of vanilla coming through. I like this nose a lot. This is very, very nice. If you guys are brand new, smash that like button. We're over 30 people in the chat right now. What is going on, everybody? Hope you guys are having a fantastic evening, and I hope you guys enjoy the ride because we're gonna get a little tipsy tonight probably, and it's gonna be a fun one. This nose is really, really nice. It's pleasant. It's very, very pleasant. Old Forester 1969, groovy man. What is the 19? Am I dumb? Do I not know what that is? Or this is a very, very pleasant nose. It's got like a little bit of like a charry effect comes out on this. You get a little bit of that barrel char on this nose. Looking at all these glasses too, all of them are about the same color except for these two right here. These two stick out like a sore thumb a little bit. But let's get into the palate. Creamy, rich vanilla. I'm tempted to say that it's the higher proofer, but it could just be it's the first sip of the whiskey today. But it's almost like it's a one note wonder in that glass. It's very just one punchy vanilla with a little bit of that barrel char coming through on that back end of that glass, and I'm not making any guesses. I do that all the time. I make guesses and I make myself look stupid. We're not doing that tonight. No guesses. It's not a thing. Just joking. God, you got me. You got me good. Let's move on to glass number 2. Oh wow, that nose is. Oh my God, what is this glass? This is insane. This nose is just punchy, punchy, punchy. And I can really stick my nose deep into that glass and find some nuances in this. This thing has this. I'm gonna make a guess. I'm gonna make a guess. Is the 1910? I'm gonna make a guess. It's 1910. Taking any notes on this blind? No, Paulo. I go in with these just with my intuition and my thoughts. But what I'm going to do is, as always, we're going to blind these one by one, and then we're just going to see which one comes out on top. That's all we do. That's all we got to do. But what I am going to do is enjoy each and every pour. Wow, that one is really good. It's got a little bit of a dark molasses note to it. I think it's a little bit better than whatever this glass was here. What is going on, Sam? Yeah, Mark. Mark is so right on that. I don't make lists on everything like Paulo does. Paulo had the same thing going on with the NFL bourbon draft that I had going on, and he put a sheet, a Microsoft spreadsheet up with everything that he had going on for it. And I was mind blown about how many different things and where he had everything on that thing. I would have gotten lost just looking at a very organized spreadsheet how Paulo had that. Unbelievable. Guilty as charged. Yes, yes, yes. I do think that this glass, I'm immediately going to move that one ahead of that nose and palate. Whatever was in glass 2 was 100% better than glass 1. But we got to move on to glass number 3 here. Oh, man. Where's everybody from? Let me know in the comments below. If we got some new people in here, I want to know. No, Shredword, no, no. No Niners. We're not fans of the Niners. We're not fans of the Chiefs. I don't want anybody to win. I want this Super Bowl to go on forever and they just tie. I don't want anybody to win. Yes, Gunner, this is a hitter lineup. A lot of these are going to have similar noses, except for the 1924, most likely because it is a different mash bill. The corn is a little bit higher. It's going to be a little bit sweeter. Nonetheless, I think that the only two outliers are going to be the 1924 and the 1910. But nonetheless, I'm so excited for these. Boo Niners, go Chefs. Ben said go Chefs. I don't think the Chefs are playing, but watch 1910 win it all. LOL from North Carolina, stationed in Texas. What is going on, Adam? Where at in Texas are you stationed? I had a buddy that was stationed, I believe Fort Hood. That's in Texas. I think Fort Hood's in Texas. That's where he was stationed at. Gunner, we all wanted the Lions to win. I believe everybody in their mother and their father and their brother and their sister wanted the Lions to win, but they were just way too just like go forward and like I don't understand why the NFL in this day and age doesn't believe in three-pointers, whereas your kickers can make what is the percentage for making a 50-yard field goal in today's NFL? It's astronomical. Take that 3 points because in my opinion, if they go up a 3 points, right? Their kicker makes that field goal, they go up by I think they would have went up by 20 points. I can't even remember at this point, but it would have been a 3-score game. They would have reset the field. And who knows? The Niners don't score on that. They don't get the fumble recovery after that, and they don't make that comeback. But, Dan Campbell had some gutsy calls there that I personally did not agree with going into the third quarter there. And that's where they just completely lost the game. What's going on, Jake? Okay, you're at Corpus Christi. Gotcha. Living in El Paso, not from here. Hey, that's all right. But we gotta get into glass number 3. Glass number 3 here is a little bit lighter than glass number 2 was. This is a little bit more of a potent nose. This is a little bit more of a pungent nose. Okay, all right. Northern Michigan, nice. We have a fun video coming up this week as well. You're going to see the wife again. The wife is going to be in the channel, and I'm going to be blindfolded again. The last time she was in it, I was blindfolded, and this time she's going to be in it, I'm going to be blindfolded. We're not guessing glasses. We're doing something completely different that I don't think I've ever seen anybody else do in the whiskey tube, and it's going to be absolutely epic. I can't wait. We're going to be feeling things up. Take that with a grain of salt with whatever you want to take with that. but we're going to be feeling some things up come this later on this week. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. Is YouTube going to ban me? I don't think YouTube's going to ban me this week. I don't think so. No, YouTube's not going to ban me. What sort of video is this? We're going to be feeling some things up this week. I hope you guys are excited. Yes, Stredward, feeling some things up. I'm going to make your minds ponder on what this video is going to be. Blindfolding and feeling up your wife. What? Thank God Mike G isn't here. Where is Mike? Get Mike. Go in the chat and get Mike in the live. Mike has been missing every single live lately, and I don't know why. Shredward, I see where you're going with this, and I don't think you're right. I personally don't think that you're right with that one. It's going to be a fun one. I hope you guys are excited for it because I thought of this video for like over 2 months now, and I finally got a blindfold, and I didn't want to use a mask again. Feeling kid stuff? Mark, I think you're going to ban yourself. I'm not feeling up kid stuff. This nose is just, it's potent, it's pungent. It's got a little bit of a dark woody cherry note in there. Like I'm getting cherry wood. No, that's what Mike G is up to. Okay, he's doing some kid stuff. Not doing kids, just kid stuff. I like this nose. But it's lackluster. That is a lackluster palette compared to the first two. It just comes off with, it's got this little bit of, what is that? That's a little bit of like a zesty. It's got a little bit of an orangey note going on. That is orange. And then it has that warm vanilla that comes in, but not as good as the first two, so it's staying right there in third place. Let's move on to glass number 4. Whoa, that is a very, very nice nose. I got to put that down. I'll hold off on that for a second. That is really nice. That is really nice. Marshmallows. Crispy, like baked sugar, like the top of a creme brulee is in this glass. That is so nice. Okay. That's the hottest one so far. And I'm going to lean towards that's the 115 proof 1920. But again, could always be wrong. Marshmallow equals 1910. That's what Steve's thinking. I don't know. But it's a proofier boy. It's got that marshmallow crispy creme brulee crust on top. I do dig that. That one is definitely a little bit better than that one. So we're going to just move that one over just a little bit. But Adam, favorite pour lately is still Austin single barrel cast strength store pick. So delicious. I've gotten a lot of Still Austin samples down there from a bunch of different people. I've got to do a Still Austin video. I haven't picked up my own bottle of Still Austin yet. They have them in the Total Wine in my area. Why I haven't picked it up yet, I don't know. Probably because I probably have enough to fill a bottle of Still Austin in samples, even with the ones that I've already finished, because everybody just wants to send me Still Austin, and I appreciate it like you wouldn't believe. It's really, really good stuff. Still Austin is probably one of my favorite Texas distilleries. I don't like Garrison Brothers stuff. I don't like, what's the other one? Balcones. Never liked Balcones. And Garrison Bros, one of their offerings, the honey one, I can't remember the name of that one, but that one probably is my favorite out of the Garrison Brothers stuff. They also had their Cowboy Bourbon that came out at 140 plus proof this year. Mind-blowing. But yeah, nonetheless, Still Austin, delicious Texas bourbon. stuff is really good. Wish I could get more down here in Southern Ohio. Yeah, we all wish we could get more in all of our states. That is the truth. I wish I could get Frey Ranch here in Jersey. I can't. I've reached out to Frey Ranch a couple of times to see if they wanted to like send me a couple of things for a video because I just can't find it here. And every time I go online, I'm not paying the astronomical amount to ship a bottle. So it is what it is. One day we'll be able to do a Frey Ranch video, but I don't know when that day is going to be. They got them everywhere near me since they are a Total Wine partner. They got their rye, cask, and regular offering, and usually store picks. That's awesome. Yes, yes, Gunner, the honeydew, yes. This nose is very, very nice. It is lighter on the nose. It's a lot of vanilla coming off of this nose. But it's a very nice nose. But it just falls so flat. That is the flattest out of the 4 so far. Did I already try that one? Yeah, I already tried that one. Oh my god. That was that one that was there and we flopped them. Goodness gracious. I promise you I'm not drunk. I'm not drunk yet. Hit up Matty Fish Sticks for some Frey Ranch. Is he in the SLB Discord? This nose is apple pie. Garrison Cowboy is decent if you can get past all the proof and dry oak. I found that with those super, super high proof stuff is that you just get like this super, super dry. And I'm just not sure if I'm the biggest fan of it. I love it, but I don't know if I love the dryness that gets. And I'm happy to see that Salty Lettuce is in the chat. What's going on, Salty? How you doing, buddy? This nose is very nice. It's an apple pie. It's like that apple crumble on top. Molasses, dark brown sugar, vanillas, a touch of butterscotch. Yes, Josh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Josh, you just became a moderator. My first live on your channel. Been a sub for a while. I just started my channel a couple months ago. Beach Sand Bourbon. Everybody go check him out. Go to his channel. Leave a subscribe. Check out his videos. Love, love, love seeing new guys putting out new content. At least once a week, I'll go on YouTube. I don't leave a lot of comments. I will like every single video that I do. I will watch. I will just type in bourbon in YouTube, and I will go through all of the new channels. I'll put my the search bar up to just channels, and I'll see what new people are posting. And if they're consistent in their uploads and they're putting out good content, I will always leave a subscribe. I'm not gonna leave a comment because leaving comments for me is just like something to just, if you know I'm there, you know I'm there. But nonetheless, go check out Beach Sand and Bourbon. Leave a subscribe. Let him know that I sent you because he's there right there. But let's see here. Cheers, cheers, cheers. What is going on, Cheech? There he is. But this one, is this the one I just drank? I can't remember. Yeah, this is the one that had that apple pie. That is so good. Adam says, like the fact that you mentioned SLB in your videos. Love those guys. Yeah, Adam, I mean, when I started my channel just about 2 years ago now, golly, hang on one second. When did I start my channel? Let's see here. Google. YouTube home. I think that this might be... When did I start it? January 25th, 2022. So we just passed 2 years on YouTube. That is a milestone and a half. We are just over 2 years on YouTube. That is insane to me. Holy cow. And we're over 5,500 subscribers, on our way to 5,600 subscribers, almost up to 700,000 video views. Holy cow. You guys are absolutely amazing. And everybody that's in this chat right now, I just want to give a round of applause and a cheers to you guys, because you guys are what make me want to keep doing this. Ah. All right, here we go. All right. But yeah, going back to the SLB, that when I first started my channel, Kurt was the one that really gave me a foot in the door and helped me out, right? They were only at, I believe, 35,000 something subscribers. I was one of their first 50 Patreons. I personally had never joined a Patreon until I started my own YouTube, and then I joined a couple other ones. But I always liked Kurt's interaction. And then when Trenton came onto the camera, it just added this whole other dynamic. Awesome guys over there. So I give all of what I have to them, because they helped me out so much in the very beginning of my YouTube journey. They sent me samples. I did a video collab with them, stuff like that in the very beginning, and absolutely awesome guys over there. Thank you, Whiskey Encore. Thank you. Cheers to you, Steve. Cheers to everybody here. But this one right here is definitely moving ahead of that glass right there. I'm not quite sure what is in that glass, but I quite imagine that it's probably going to get last place. As always, guys, we're about a half hour into this. I'm going to leave the link to the Patreon. Like always, $2 a month. Join and help support me. And we're on our way to 50 Patreons. So I want to hit 50 before possibly the end of the first quarter. So yeah, that's all up to you guys. And let's hit 50 Patreons as fast as possible, because that's freaking awesome in my opinion. But let's get into the nose of this bad boy right here. That is a really, really delicious nose. Yes, Old Pirate Bourbon. Cheers to you, and cheers to the bourbon community. This nose, it smells old. I don't want to say that I think that this is the... I'm not saying anything about it. Putting all of my thoughts and intuitions behind me. And this nose is definitely old. It's rich. It's dried fruits. A touch of vanilla. Yes, Josh. Very, very true. Let's see here. All right, let's get into the palate. This nose is definitely probably one of the better of the 6. I think it's probably top 2 or 3. That's really good. That is really freaking delicious. That is definitely a little bit better than these two here. I don't know if it can move into the top 3, because it does just fall flat. It's pungent and potent and delicious and viscous in the beginning, but then that finish just dies. It just dies immediately. Why it does that, I'm not quite sure. Probably because it's just watered down to whatever proof it is, 9300, 90, who knows. But nonetheless, just falls flat a little bit more. So we're going to go left to right here. But definitely great people on the Patreon. Hey, Steve. Steve knows it. Steve's there. He's a great guy. Steve's first comment to me when I believe it was Steve, said he never paid to be a Patreon on any channel except for mine. And cheers to you, Steve. That is absolutely awesome. Thank you. But What we got going on here, everybody? Whiskey Encore's in here. Da 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 da. After the first go round, what do you think is in first place, everybody? I want to know because I'm going to give my palate a little bit of time to relax and get back to the beginning. And let's have a conversation. Yes, cheers to you, Steve. We've got a lot of fun videos coming out this year. I'm very excited. I want to get a group of guys to go down to Kentucky and do some tours down there for videos, possibly get backstage info on their processes. We're going to do a little bit more extravagant bourbon hunting videos. So, hey, the bourbon hunting videos do really well. You guys seem to enjoy seeing what is in the area and the prices. So we're gonna do some more bourbon hunting, go a little bit farther, maybe go traveling into PA, going into New York, maybe down to Delaware, Maryland, and just see what other stores in the area have to offer. Because Jersey stores are always good, but they're always pricey. Oh, we've got Doc. Old Fashioned Ways is in the house. What is going on, brother? As you can see, we got a nice blind going on, but nonetheless, absolutely fun as all could be. But yeah, I can't wait to do bourbon hunting videos. You guys love those bourbon hunting videos. Congratulations on 2 years already. That's so awesome. I remember when you were trying to hit 500 subs. You are rocking it. Yeah, man. The first, I try and tell people when they're starting, like they'll send me messages on Instagram and just like private emails and stuff like that. And it's always stick to a consistent schedule. When I first started the YouTube channel, I had some weird schedule going on. I was doing like Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Tuesday, Thursday, I think it was. I was only doing 2 videos a week, and then we changed it to 3. I think I was doing Monday, Wednesday, Thursday. Then I changed it to Monday, Thursday, Friday, and then we found this schedule at the tail end of the first year where it was Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and always upload at 2 o'clock. Stick to, if you are in the chat and you have been contemplating about doing a YouTube channel, it's not about the amount of videos that you put out. It's about the quality of video you put out, and it's about the consistency. It's about following a schedule. If you upload once a week, make sure you upload that same day and make sure you upload at the same time. It's going to help you in the long run with that YouTube algorithm and stuff like that. It's all about finding that algorithm and sticking with that algorithm so that YouTube likes what you do. Because if you upload once a week here and then you upload 3 weeks down the road and then you upload another week down the road and then 4 weeks down, you're never going to find that algorithm that YouTube wants you to be in. So that's where my advice is always going to stick with a consistent schedule, whether it's 1 video a week, 2 videos a week, 5 days a week, like your drinking buddy likes to do. Absolutely knucklehead. He is a crazy man for doing 5 videos a week, but hey, if he's got the content to put out, and it's always good stuff over there, I tip my hat to your drinking buddy, because I personally can't imagine uploading 5 days a week. Unbelievable. I struggle sometimes with 3 videos a week. Yeah, man. If you send me an email, send me anything over Instagram, I'd be happy to help you out with anything. You know, it's always I'm always there to talk about just anything for YouTube wise or just bourbon wise. It's always fun. Yes, sir. It really is good stuff. Yeah, drinking buddy. I don't know how he does it. Yeah, I don't think anybody knows how he does it. But hey, he's found his little niche, and I tip my hat to him. I really do. All right. So we're gonna start going right to left. We're gonna find out just which one of these Old Forester offerings is the number one. The community is freaking amazing. You are so right on that, Doc. It's good. It's great. But I just don't know if it's worthy of moving up. I just don't know. That is definitely a little bit higher proof than that one, but it just is a little lackluster. So it is going to move up one spot. Drinking Buddy is the king of blinds, and he is awesome at it. He literally is the king of blinds. I don't know, I think he's got more ounces of samples than he does bottles of bourbon on his shelf. Because I don't know where he puts all of his samples. It's absolutely unbelievable how many samples that man has. Drinking Buddy can't. I don't see how anything but 1920 coming in first here. Wade said he is pretty damn good at blinds. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. And I used to consider myself the king of blinds until he just consistently just did blind after blind after blind after blind. And I was just like, holy cow, I can't keep up with that man. I literally couldn't. He was just absolutely insane. Absolutely just putting out the work for those blinds. This nose is really good. This nose is opening up. Yes, yes, Steve. Thank you for the help there. 41 people here watching. Hit that like button. You guys are awesome. This nose might just move itself up just from the nose into the top three. It has opened up so nicely. It is literally like you have a fruit cake that has like not a burnt bottom or a top, but it's almost to that point where it's burnt, but it's crispy in a way, right? Like you get that like those flavors are just smoking up a little bit. You got that steam coming out, but it's not you're not getting smokiness. That is really good. So salty. I think you missed it. This is the 90 proof single barrel, not 100 proof. Um, I am getting soon two bottles of different 100 proof Old Forester offerings, single barrels. So he has a 90 proof though. Yes, yes, yes. I got a 1924 at Distillery Saturday along with the tour and the taste. It was okay, but I wasn't in love. Can't wait to get into it further. So I had the same exact thought process when I first had the 1924. Opened it up at the liquor store that I bought it at. And then I also got a second bottle on the way. Just, future down the road. Um, Hold on to that one. We run out of this one. We got a backup of it. But I was drinking high proof stuff. I was drinking. We had a hazmat. We had stuff in the 120s. We had stuff in the 130 proof range, and then we cracked open the Old Forester 1924. Obviously, it's at 100 proof. That was a little lackluster, like I said in the video. It didn't stack up to those higher proof stuff, which is why I wished it was a higher proof bottle so that it could stack up to those high proof beastie boys. Um, but it's just not, and that's why I wanted to do this blind, right? See where it stacks up against the other offerings. You got a $43 bottle in the 1910. You've got a $50 bottle in the 1920. The $40 bottle in the 1897, which is their regular bottled and bond offering. You can't get the 90 proofers anymore, unfortunately, but you can get the 100 proof single barrels, and they're coming in at like 55, $60. And then you got this beast of a bad boy right here, the early times, coming in at 100 proof bottle and bond, 25, $26. You just can't beat that. You just can't beat that. But Steve's saying he's still pulling for the 1920 to win. I would think that the high proof would just put over the others. And Salty says that he likes the 1910 a lot too. I totally agree. I think that those two might come out on top, but you just never know. I do think that this one, though, can possibly beat out this one, whatever this is. But oh my God. I think, so I'm finding some bananas on this. I could just be thinking in the back of my mind here, but I can't remember who said in the chat that the 1897's got some banana. And I'm finding some banana bread in this now. Mark says he prefers the 1915. Well, after we're done this blind right here, right? I will make a blend of the 1915, and I'll do a review right here on this live of the 1915 for anybody that has not had that, and we will see where that stacks up possibly against these. But the 1915 is a really nice blend, probably one of the better blends that you can do at home. What about making 1922? Mark, you're just making up years now, man. Is it 1924 and whatever else you're thinking? 1920 and 1924? What if we did what's this? 1924, 1920 and 1910. What's that? 1919 if you take all three of them? There's a year 1919. I do, yeah, beach sand bourbon. I love the 1915 as well. It's one of those blends that you're getting the proof, but you're also getting the double oak. You know what? That could possibly, I might do a blind on the channel doing 1915 and putting in possibly the Gem of Kentucky because I think those proof points are similar. What is that? 715. At 3, yeah, it'd be like 103, 104 proof, I think it is. So it'd be really, really close to the Gem of Kentucky, and that's obviously a double oaked 108 proof bourbon. We don't know the age. Not kidding. I kind of prefer the 1870 to 1924 and the tasting at the distillery. Hey, that is the 1870. Which one is that one? Is that the 90 proofer? I hate that they have so many different numbers. Ah, golly. Early times bottle of mom, $15.99 around me. Cheech, where do you live that it's $16 in your area for a liter bottle of bourbon? That's just, holy cow, mind-blowing to me. The cheapest, one of my favorites for a liter, 100 proof bottle and bond, Costco, the Kirkland brand, unreal. Yes, Mark, I will take 5 as well. If you can find them for $16, Cheech, send me an email. It's in my channel description. We'll be in contact because I might buy a couple off of you because that is absolutely insane. Yes, the 90 proof, I was blown away. And I wanted to add that one into it, but I could not find that bottle today at the store. But I already tried that one. This one is definitely a little bit better. Is it? Let's go back and forth. Josh, I totally agree. I totally agree. That is a crazy, crazy good price on the early times. Yeah, swap those two. Swap them. Why did I do that? I need to go to this glass here. Whoa. That nose opened up. I think this was the marshmallow one. Because I'm getting that marshmallow toastiness. Like you're not burning your marshmallow over the fire. You're getting that nice golden brown marshmallow. How you just sit there for hours on end, just like 2 feet above the fire, twisting your stick to make sure that you get that like really nice toasty, not burnt, but still has that nice crunch marshmallow. That's what this glass has. You live in northern Kentucky. Early Times is cheap there too. Early Times Brown for me if you're interested. I message you on IG. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Man, this is one of the better noses out of the 6. That's a good sip. That is a really, really good sip. Everything that comes out on the nose comes through on the palate as well. Very, very nice from the beginning to the end sip right there. Really, really good. Steve, he's saying it sounds like the 1910. You just never, never know. Ah, golly, this nose here has a banana note as well. This has a banana note as well. But it's got a proofy punch to it. The early times of Massachusetts. Sorry if this has already been mentioned, but I'd love to see this go up against Henry McKenna 10 year. $60 when I can find them, and one of my favorites. Mike, you are so right. But the one thing about the Henry McKennas is um, they're so hit or miss, which is unfortunate. I've been lucky enough to get two bottles of the Henry McKenna that have been absolute bangers. But some Henry McKennas are just hit or miss, which is an unfortunate thing because I really like the Heaven Hill offerings, and the Henry McKenna just comes out a little like just it. Sometimes I get like this beautiful, beautiful maple note that just comes through. It's like maple freaking syrup in a glass. And I've had a couple of samples of the Henry McKennas where they're just like a bitter, oaky quality that just doesn't sit well on the palate. It makes you salivate. It dries your mouth out after that, and it just leaves you with this oaky, tannic bitterness that just isn't fun in the experience. But when you find a store that has a good bottle offering and you go home and you crack it that night, rush back to that store the next day and pick up another bottle or two so that you have that in the background because when you find a good Henry McKenna 10 year, you found gold. Yeah, Doc, it is inconsistent, which stinks. And like I just said, if you find one that's gold, you gotta go back. You gotta get a second or a third bottle because there's when you find that gold, it's like the freaking gold rush. You go get it. Let's see. Black plastic top every time is so different than the blue metal top, but they both run around $35 here in Michigan. You can still find the black top in Michigan because if you're finding the older juiced early times, I'd buy those. I'd sit on those, let them sit on your shelf, put it on like the bottom shelf, buy a case of that stuff, and you got trade value later on in your life. I was Mark. I was just thinking the same thing. Do people not drink in Michigan? That's crazy. You see McKenna sitting on shelves all the time around you, Steve. What are the prices of your Henry McKennas? Because when I first bought my first bottle of Henry McKenna, which is the one that is still on the top of my shelf that I have not finished, it was the first bottle of Henry McKenna that I bought. I bought it for $41, and literally one of the best sips of whiskey that I've ever had. Let me see here. Hang on. I've got literally like maybe two pours left in that bottle. This was barreled on 2212, barrel number 11669. So this was released in 2022, and this is one of the best sips of whiskey I have ever had in my entire life. Such a good sip right there. So good that bottle right there. 50 to 60 bucks. Yeah, they're hitting 50, 60, 65. Some stores are doing 70, 75, and it's like is it worth it? And it's just like is this bottle worth it? Where is it going to come out where's it going to come out in this blind? Pay 65 when you can find it in Los Angeles. I totally get you on that. Totally get you. I really do think that that one is the 1920. It's got a little bit more of a proofy punch to it. I think what we've got here is the 1920, 1910, 1924 in our top three. I think that's what we've got going here. And I think that this is our final lineup. I really do. And then we've got our other just like unfortunate, just not as good offerings here. But we're going to find out what came in sixth place. You guys ready? You want me to go through these one more time? Or do you want me to pick a winner? Or go through them one more time? McKenna is 60, 75 here. Too inconsistent to pay that for. Yeah, Josh. It really, the prices are inconsistent. The bottles are inconsistent. And it really, really stinks. Pennsylvania has Henry McKenna in stock online for 68 all the time. I just don't know with the inconsistency if $68 is worth it. Last McKenna I picked was a 44 at Bayway in New Jersey. Okay, all right. Okay, all right. Kurt says pick for the winter time. Make sure. Yep. All right. One more time. One more. John Doe says one more time to be sure. All right. I'm gonna just do a nose. We're gonna see if the noses are. King of Titusville says one more time. Make sure. I'm going off of the noses here, and the nose really does say a lot about a bourbon as well. Because a lot of the times, it's, what is it, like 60, 70% of your taste is through your nose? Whoa, what was that? What was that? Oh my God, what was that? What is that note? That is legitimately, if I have ever said anything has a brown sugar with a little bit of like a liquid, that has a brown sugar to a liquid smoke. It's like you have a little bit of a like jerky style rub or marinade going on in this glass. It's got that smokiness, but it's got so much more sweetness and just like darkness that wraps around your nostrils. And that is literally, I make venison jerky a lot. Whenever I get a deer, one of the first things I do is I love to make venison jerky. And it's a lot of brown sugar, it's liquid smoke, it's Worcestershire, however you want to say it. You can make fun of me however I say it. Worcestershire sauce, soy sauce, a little bit of cayenne pepper for that sweet heat. And if you have all of those ingredients in a bowl without the venison inside, that is what this glass is. Wow. I didn't even see what Bear Doyle said. Worcestershire. I missed that. What did he say? Salty Lettuce went right ahead and said, "See you later, alligator." Going back to the McKenna, I agree with bottle inconsistencies, but for me, some bottles are amazing while others are just good. Never really had a bad one. It's usually worth the gamble to me. You said you were awesome and to keep up the good work. Yeah, Alex, I love to hear it. Thank you. Worcestershire. You said you were a poser and full of it. I love the hate. Bring the hate on. Bring it on. All right, so I think off of the noses, I think that this is where these are standing. So sixth place, here we go. You guys are going to see it first. I don't know if you can see it or not, but we've got, oh, come on, really? That really stinks. Oh, man. Sixth place, Old Forester, single barrel, 90 proof. My heart's broken. My heart is literally broken. You know you're doing it right when you have haters. John, you are so right. And I love the community that we have grown here because it's hard to how do you explain it? All of the love and positive comments that come through always get shattered when you get a bad comment, right? And you're always like, why didn't I please this one person? And that's probably one of the hardest things to overcome and conquer as a creator and a video maker, or even just somebody who does anything, is just the hate kind of overpowers the love, and I wish it was the other way. It's really it's one of the weirdest things, but it's one of those things that you gotta overcome. And hey, I try and do my best about it. We do it here in the lives. You guys are absolutely amazing. But let's find out what came in fifth place. Fifth place is gonna go to, I don't know if you can see it, but Early Times is coming in fifth place. So there we go. We've got a 90 proofer and then a 100 proofer. Unfreaking real. I'm a moderator in a couple other channels. I've had to pull the plug on a few people, and that's just okay. That's just all right. And you got to do it sometimes. I picked my moderator. Literally, I picked my moderators today. They've been in every single one of my lives. They do a fantastic job. They comment. They let people. It's just. I've got a great group of guys. We got a great group of guys going on here in the chats. And again, as always, I love every single one of you. So let's get these bottles out of the way because I feel like it's just getting cluttered over here. But here we go. We're going to find out what came in fourth place. Fourth place is going to go to, don't know if you guys can see that or not, but fourth place is going to go to 1897, which is that bottle right there. The first bottle in Bond 100 proofer. And really good bottle, but not in the top 3. Yes, King, let's stop the hate and learn to congratulate. We're going back to first grade 101. Like, if you want to be, like, just be nice. Just be nice. It's not that hard. Keep doing you. It's fantastic. Cheers. Can only get Early Times 80 in plastic handle for $17.99. Kurt, that's the only thing that I can get here in Jersey too is the just the 80 proofer. But third place. Not quite sure if you guys can see that or not, but here we go. We've got the 1910 coming in third place. All right. So, golly, I don't know. I don't know what to do here. I don't want this to win. I really don't want it to win. But it might. That's the power of blinds. You just never know. Let's see here. Oh, that's so good. But that's got the proof. It's got the proof. And that's what's making me think it's probably the 115 proof. So, Andrew Doc is in the house, and we were talking earlier before I did the blind, and he said he's gonna unsubscribe if the 1924 comes in first place. So here we go. We're gonna find out. Everybody in the comments right now, I want you to leave a comment down below on if you want first place or if you want second place to be released first. The first one to 5 votes wins. So if you want first, let me know. If you want second, let me know. Here we go. We're gonna wait for as long as we've got. Everybody's laughing too much at that. That's funny. First. Oh, we got second, second, first. All right, we got first. In first place for this bad boy, Doc says he's not going anywhere with the $10. Let's find out what came in first place. You guys are going to see it first. If you can read that, I hope you can. If not, I'm going to find out right now. We've got the 1920 coming in first place, which means in second place, we've got the 1924 coming in second place. Now, like I said earlier, the 15 extra proof points in this one definitely stood out a little bit more. I think that for half the price, right? Half the price, a higher proof, and consistently on the shelves, this one right here is definitely the way to go over the 1924. And Paulo, for sure, the proof definitely won it. If this one was not in here, obviously this would have been our lineup. And we've got, you can't even say that the 93 proofer came in last because it came in second place. It beat out these other two 100 proof bottle of bourbons. But we've got an interesting lineup here. The 1924, it's good. It's good. But like I keep saying, these two were really back and forth. The nose of this one, the 1910, Steve, you absolutely called it. I want to let you know right now. The nose of number 3, which was the 1910, was by far the best. It was literally just a toasted marshmallow in a glass, and you freaking called it for sure. You did. You did. But the 1920, 60, 65 bucks if you can find it on the shelf, 115 proof. Get this one out of here. Get it out of here. Not worth your dough if you can find this one. And even this one here. If it's get the 1910, get the 1920, make a nice little blend of the two, and you've got yourself a really, really nice night ahead of you. You really do. But let's see the chat here. Proof won it for sure. Still pretty good for 1924. It really is, Steve. It's not bad. Bob Moley said 1910 is his favorite. 1910, like I just said, absolutely delicious pour. Blend 1920 and 1924 for 1922. 1920 and 1924. So our two glasses here, were those there? Here we go. In the same glass. We've got those blended. Now we've got the 1910, and I'm also going to do, so in the EDD glass is going to be the 1922, and then in the regular glass is going to be the 1915. I'm going to try and just double that up. There we go. We got that doubled up. So we're doing two blends here, and I want to see if these two blends are any good. We're going to get these out of the way, make a little bit of room on the bar top. But we've got these three bottles here that really made these blends. We've got the 1920, we've got the 1910, and we've got this bottle right here, the 1924, that is one of those bottles that you just don't know. 1920, 1924 blend, 1910, 1920 blend. We've got two blends here. We'll see which one is better. We already know which is which, so it's not a blind, but it's going to be a fun one. Double blind blend. But, guys, as always, I don't ask for tips, but if you want to leave a little tip, go for it. That's totally up to you. I'm not asking for money, but if you enjoy it, by all means, it doesn't hurt. But fun night here we are having. I just don't know my thoughts about this bottle set yet. It's one of those bottles that is, it's pulverizing. This bottle is very, very pulverizing. We've got 1915 and we've got 1922. We made our own. Sam, stop. Just stop. Stop with the craziness. We'll blend them when we're done with this, because I'm going to let these sit for a couple minutes. I'm going to enjoy your conversations in the comments here. So that's a hard one to start with. David Teller, what did he say? 1920 was the first bottle I bought getting into bourbon. It was a little much. I can only imagine that the 1920 was a little much. The hell do these hearts do on the right of my screen? I just don't know what they do. I think they're for fun. There, Andrew. But as always, we're proud. I don't even know what time it is. What time is it? It is 8:09. We're over an hour, but hey, we're having fun as all could right now. We're doing another blind. That's the Patreon. Go check it out if you haven't already. Beach Sand Bourbon coming in with the $4.99 tip. Thank you. Much appreciated. So 1915, as always, such a good blend. You've got 93 proof double oaked bourbon being blended with 115 proof bourbon. So I think I did the math earlier correct. It's like 104 proof. I could be wrong. My math could be completely off. But let's get into it. I'm going to give you guys a little info on this glass right here. So your first nose, you're going to get a little heat. You're going to get a little bit of heat. That 1920 is going to come through a little bit on the hot side. The marshmallow is there, but it's not as strong. It's there. You're gonna get that sweetness, but it's powered through with that heat from the 1920. That is just one of those blends that just marries so well. It marries like you just wouldn't believe. Wow. A Reddit reviewer said that the 1924 used the early times King of Kentucky mash bill, while the other whiskey row uses the Old Forester mash bill. Know anything about that? Yes. So the 1924 has a higher corn ratio in the mash bill. It's 79% corn, whereas the regular Old Forester, I believe, is 72. Could be a little bit wrong on that. But what this is using is a different mash bill. It's completely different than these two. But I just don't know. Like I said in the very beginning of this, the live, the 1924 on the back of the bottle. Again, I don't know if you guys can read that or not. Right to the left of the barcode, it says bottled by Old Forester. So this is not distilled by Brown-Forman. This is not distilled by them. This is only bottled by them. So I don't know where they're getting these barrels. I'm not quite sure if you can take a blend of your own barrels and other distillate barrels from other places and then say it's also distilled by you. I think at that point you have to say that it's distilled by two different companies, which as the no, because that's if you could see, I'm not quite sure if you can read that. This says that it is distilled by the DSPKY 354, which is the Old Forester distillery. I'm not. I just don't know where this is distilled by. This whiskey is distilled by us only, and we are responsible for its richness and fine quality. But it doesn't say that it's distilled by you. It says that it is bottled by Old Forester Distilling Company at Louisville in Kentucky. This whiskey is distilled by us only, and we are responsible for its richness. This bottle is bottled by Old Forester Distilling Company, not distilled. I think this is contradicting itself, and I think I'm getting too deep in it, and it's kind of annoying me at this moment, but nonetheless. But Doc's got to go. Cheers, Doc. Hope you enjoyed your time. It's been absolutely amazing having you here. But nonetheless, this bottle is kind of contradicting itself on the label, and I don't know why. I think it's distilled by Brown-Forman, not by Old Forester. Yeah, but like, they have to let you know. I thought they had to let you know what distillery it was from. It would tell you distilled by the distillery number, but I could be completely wrong on that. But nonetheless, we were on this one here, which is the 1915. And yes, John, down the whiskey hole we go. And it's not a hole that I really want to go down because the last video had a lot of people that were triggered by my transparency one. And, it's something that, some people want, some people don't. Some people don't mind it, some people hate it. I'm in the middle, it's like I said, I just want to know what I'm drinking. And a lot of people in the comments were like, yeah, we just want to know what we're drinking. We don't care about the char or the burn level or the toastiness of the barrel. I don't care about the yeast strain or the strain of wheat or strain of barley or rye that you're using. I just want to know the percentages. Even though it's not going to help me on any terms on enjoying the bottle. Just give us the transparency. Just let us know. Like, why is that so hard? I don't know. And you know, it is what it is. The biggest thing about it, it's not even the mash bill. It's the age of the bottle, of the barrels that are going into said bottle. This one here, as always, you're gonna have the youngest barrel labeled on the bottle, as prevalent as the Elijah Craigs are, right? That's why they went from taking off that 12-year age statement on the label so that they could throw in younger aged barrels into those bottles. We saw that in the B of last year. It was 11 years, 5 months. But there are possibly 14, 15, 16-year-old barrels that are blended into that big batch. And then we had the C923, the big heavy daddy that went absolutely mind bonkers on the whiskey tube. And now we're getting into these goddamn laser codes that nobody really gives a freaking shit about. And yeah, just drink your freaking bourbon sometimes is how I think about it. But then it's also like, I want a little bit more transparency. I'm on the fence on it, and it's, golly. That was a great video. Thank you, Steve. I wanted to put out my thought process on the situations that we were going through, and you know, it is what it is. Transparency in bourbon is important on the label, who distilled it, how long and where was it aged. It's very simple. Peter, I totally agree with you. It's simple. The distilleries know where and what barrels they used in that said batch. It's obviously easy to know. They put it on that barrel. I know that they do. They know every single barrel and how long that barrel has been aging for. Why can't we just know? You know, it's like I don't need to know. It's I'm gonna go down a rabbit hole, and I'm not gonna do it tonight. I'm not gonna do it tonight. But going back to the 1915, it's what we're all here for, right? It's one of those bottles of blends that just marries absolutely wonderfully. Absolutely wonderfully. Let's go to the 1924 or 1922. This is going to be 107 and a half proof. So it's 100, 115. Yep, 107.5 proof is what this is going to be. All right, that's a nice nose. You're getting that proof, but you're also getting a little bit of that nice raisiny quality that the 1924 has to offer. I like that. I like that nose a lot. $19.15 is definitely a better blend than that one right there. I don't think that marries as well in the glass. Probably because it's a different mash bill. And if I let that sit in a bottle for a little bit of time rather than just like the 5-10 minutes that I've been sitting here, it might marry a little bit better. But because that these two right here, the same mash bill, the same thing that's going into the bottle, whereas this one was just aged in another oak barrel for a little bit of time, I think that helps it marry a little bit better than something that's completely different. Could be wrong on that, could be right. I have absolutely no idea. But 1915 is definitely a little bit better than the 1922, in my opinion. Yes. Yep. 1915 over 1922, 100%. What do you guys want to see next? What do you guys want to see next? I am up for it. I am so up for it. We're going to be doing lives in the future here with other people. It's going to be an absolute blast as well. Definitely looking forward to that. No, that makes perfect sense, but it was worth a shot. I don't know anyone else on YouTube that made a 1922 blend, so you got that going for you. That is true, Mark. That is true. And I'm glad you agree with my thought process on the mash bills being different and not letting it marry perfectly. But like I said, I think that with a little bit of time, the components in the bottle or whatever, however you want to age that, I think they might blend and marry a little bit better over time rather than such a short amount of time that we had here. But was it Sam that said he wanted everything put together? Can't remember. Here we go. All together now. We've got, what is this year? What? 1924, 1910, 1920. What is the average age of these years? Can somebody do that math for me? Is that 1917? All three of these together? I just put all three in this glass right here. Is that 1917? Peter, that's 1917, right? All right, cool. Thank you for doing that math for me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Much appreciated. Is Sam still here? Because if he's not, I'm going to be really upset because I'm doing this for him. Because we've got it's 1918. Who's doing the right math here? I've got no idea. But you've got a double oaked, golly. And then can somebody let me know the proof? You've got 100 proof, 93, and 115. I still don't want to pay 100 for the 1924 with so many other great 10 years out there. It doesn't make sense. Yep, 1918, just double checked. Paolo, can you let me know the proof? You've got 115, 93, and 100. I want to know the proof of this. Yeah, still here. Wouldn't miss this for the world. Love to hear that, Sam. I just want to know the proof of this. 1918 and a half, since it's 2 parts 1920. I could get along with that. Bob Moley said first. Did Bob want that first? I can't remember. I want to know the proof of this before I say anything about it. Somebody else has to do the math for me because I can't do that math in my head right now. I'm going to take a guess before I even read anything. 193. I might go as far to say that this might be like 101 proof, 102. But I keep saying, somebody's got to do the math for me. $102.6. Did I say 101, 100? All right, 666, 102.6, 102.6. There we go. I've got a little bit of love going on in the chat there. There we go. I think I said 101, 102. I could be wrong on that, though. I like it. It's a nice nose. It's a nice nose. So it's 102.6666666. It just keeps on running on like that. All right, so we just round up to 102.67. Math is hard, LOL. Yes, math is very hard. And I failed algebra in my freshman year of high school only because I didn't like my teacher. I didn't want to do my homework. I passed my tests, but my teacher was a straight up like bitch. Call it 103. Exactly. Mark's got the right idea. Call it 103 proof. Don't be, it is what it is. 103 proof. 1918 coming in at 103 proof. You know what that is? That is just a little bit more refined 1915. It's coming out a little bit more of a punch because you're adding a little bit more proof, but you're getting that toasty quality that comes through on the 1915, whereas the 1920 has the proof that packs it. The 1910 is getting that flavor with that marshmallow and that toastiness. And yes, Paulo, 1918, the EDD live blend happened here first. Nobody else in the world has done this blend right here. These 3 bottles right here. Go ahead. If you can, I want you guys to screenshot this right now so that you know the everyday drinker, me, Nathan, did this blind first. Nobody else did it. Got the screenshot? Cool. There we go. That's that. Nobody else has done it. It's going into the Guinness Book of World Records because nobody else has done it. But this is a good blind. This is a good blend. Would I say it's better than the 1915? I might go and say that it is, but hey, it is. I'm going to say it is only because it's got a little bit more proof. But that is, you're going to get that. You're going to get that. You're going to get a little bit more proof because you're adding a little bit higher proof burden with a little bit more age to it. So I think that has a little bit more factor to it. I think that because this was a little bit lighter in the blend, it's not coming forth with not marrying well. I think that's what's happening here. Steve, I'm hoping you got that picture. I'm counting on you. 1910 is $50 and 1920 is $55 in PA. You can get these two, you can literally get these 2 bottles for the price of this one, and I would 100% say get these 2 bottles over this bottle right here. That's what I would say. That's my answer right there for you. 1910, 1920 over the 1924. Salty said he's already on Discord. What do we got going on here? I gotta go look at the Discord real quick. It's something you guys that aren't part of the Patreon are missing. Yeah, there we go. I love to see it. You've got it. There it is. See, if you're not part of the Patreon, you're not seeing the picture. So if you want to be part of the Patreon, go ahead and click that link and you can see what you're missing out on. But we're so close to 5,600 subscribers. It's crazy. 1924 for 120 or Gem of Kentucky for 200. Gem of Kentucky for 200 all day, every day. Take it or leave it. That's my answer right there. Yes, yes, yes. 100% I'm spending the extra $80 on the Gem of Kentucky. I am. I really do think that is one of the best bottles, even though I have absolutely no idea what is in that bottle. It is so good. It's so darn good, Sam. It is so good. Salty's mind blown. Salty's mind blown. But I've got barrel number 72. And I know a lot of people are hell-bent over those 20 and the barrel numbers 20 and into the 30s. That bottle right there, I've had samples from 2 other people of their gems. I think one was in the 40s and one was in the 60s. 100% my barrel, 72. Leaps and bounds the best. Leaps and bounds. I don't know. I don't know if you could say that it's in the 70s are the best. I don't know. Paulo coming in with the $9.99. Thank you very much, brother. I appreciate that. Let's celebrate their 5th super on a live stream. Yes, thank you. Paulo, thank you so much. Thank you. This is a cheers to you. Man, that's a good blend right there. That is. But I'm looking for one more pour. And you guys can see everything behind me. Anything is open. I want you guys to leave a comment in there, and whichever one really sticks out to me, I will give you a review of what that bottle tastes like at this moment, because we know things open up throughout the time, throughout their time of being open. And you know, when you first open something, it changes. When you drink it halfway, quarter of the way, things change. So if you want a review of something that has been opened on my shelf down to a quarter, half, three quarters, put that in the comment right now on what you want me to do a quick review of, and I will definitely do that. I will pick the one that really sticks out to me the most, because man, I enjoy doing these blinds. You guys are absolutely amazing. Salty says JJ Bowman. Jake says, think this might be the first whiskey love that I've watched all the way through. Thanks. I think you meant to say live. And Jake, I thank you so much for sticking around. Jake, you are amazing. I'm glad you enjoyed this the entire time. Cheers to you. Steve says the hazmat from Doc. And I've got sample bottles for the people that are that have the when we did that raffle. I've got sample bottles coming in the mail right now. They should get here tomorrow. So those of you that are waiting on a sample, it is coming. But you want me to drink the 143.68 proof bottle right now? You want me to do that? Steve, you crazy. You crazy, baby. You crazy. But you know what? I'm down for anything. Here we go. You know, and Salty, I'm going to do both of them because, you know, I love you both. I love you both. Jake, the Magnus isn't open. The Magnus is closed. I can't open something right now. I appreciate you, but as you can see, that bottle is closed. I'm waiting for another Joseph Magnus to come in to crack both of them together and see how different the batches compare to each other so that we can do that. Because I'm not opening that one right now. I'm sorry, Jake. I'm sorry. I love you. But like I said, I'm waiting for another Joseph Magnus to come in so that we can see just how different the Joseph Magnus cigar blend batches really are compared to each other. And if you should really like search for certain batches or if it's just hoopla, and who knows. I don't know. Like I said, I know absolutely nothing about bourbon. I just do this for fun, and you guys are absolutely awesome. Late to the party, who won? Adam K. So the winner of the blind was the 1920. Second place was the 1924, and third place was the 1910. So that was your podium right there, first, second, third. And then we did blends of all three of them. You got 1922 and then 1918 coming in at 103 proof. We got some crazy shit going on tonight. But I'm going to put these bottles back real quick. And I'm going to get two clean glasses. And we're going to do the John J. Bowman, which is right here. I'm going to do that bottle. And then Salty wanted that bottle. And then... golly, who wanted that bottle? I can't remember. Mark Gale coming with the $10. Thanks for helping me as an old Forester guy. 1910, 1920 is still number one. Thanks. Dinner time in LA. What time is it in LA? It's 5:30 in LA. I hope you enjoy your dinner. Let me know in the comments what you're having. But there she is. All right, so we're gonna put these back real quick. Give me 1 second. Early times going over here. Got all these glasses. Gonna have a big dishwasher load tonight. Here we go. All right. Yeah, Steve wanted the hazmat. All right, so as you can see, I barely even drank it. I got it past the little neck there. I'm going to pour this first, let this breathe, see if any of that alcohol just evaporates out of there, because golly, that thing is potent as can be. That's a potent boy right there. And Mark, I know I already thanked you once, but I'm going to thank you again for the $10. Really, really means a lot to me. Have I done a review of the John J. Bowman? Did I have it in a blind yet on the channel? Does anybody know that in the comments? Oh my God. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see the difference in color of these two. I think I can see it on the phone as I record this. Holy cow. Dude, the color difference is, it's like, that is so dark compared to that. It's mind-blowing. Holy bajoli. If only Mike was here, we could say, holy bajoli, we're gonna do a t-shirt. Let me know in the comments below if you guys would buy a t-shirt that just says holy bajoli across the chest of it, because I want to make a t-shirt that just says holy bajoli, because that is holy bajoli right there. Mark coming in with the $5. Thanks again for putting up with all of us in Discord at all hours of the day. Mark, I love all of you. I love everybody in the Discord, everybody in the comment section of everything that we do here. Absolutely love everybody, and I will put up with all of you till the end of time. You guys are awesome. Steve said I requested it from Mike. Can you compare it with the ASW? Just the bottle, not a pour. Yeah. Let's see. All right, so let's see. Oh. Here's the ASW, and here is the J and H and M, blah, blah, blah. You know what? We're going to do a little pour of this, because why the frick not? Just a little one. I think these are only like half ounces, so here we go. Just a little pour. It's a little bit easier to see in the glass anyway. We know that the SLB Fiddler is in the SLB Glencairn. So, all right, so here we go. Just so you can see what Fiddler does compared to a 13-year-old, one more aged year in a port wine barrel. They're roughly the same color. Very, very similar. I might go as far to say that this is a little bit darker, but then again, I have absolutely no idea what Fiddler does to make that dark. That is insane. And then we also have a little bit left of a sample of this right here, the 13th Colony Double Oak. I'm not getting into the craziness about this bottle right here, if they're adding color or whatnot. But again, that bottle, super, super dark as well. 136.8 proof. Ugh. You know, we're going to do all three of these. We already got them poured. Salty wants this one. Yeah, Paula, that is pretty close. It's crazy how close these two are. And let's see. Wheated and repeated. This spirit began its life as a foraged bourbon whiskey that our head distiller Jay Manglitz fiddled with by adding staves of white oak heartwood that he harvested in Georgia. Such intricate fine-tuning culminates in an ode to American spirits, a dram lively as an old-time fiddler, and unique as the instruments they play. With deep complexity and a pronounced finish, Fiddler Georgia Heartwood is a bourbon whiskey refinished with white oak staves that you won't soon forget. We never chill, filter, or add color to our whiskeys. Finished and bottled by ASW Distillery, Atlanta, Georgia. So they don't distill their own stuff, but they do finish their own stuff at their distillery, and they finish it with new white oak. That's where this color comes from, because That is, it's one of my absolute favorite pours, and I'm getting low on that. Kurt and Trenton picked a good bottle right there. They really did. But I know that, yeah, Salty says ASW is titties. And it really is titties. But, Salty, going off of what you wanted, this is comparatively to these pours right here. Just a little lighter than those. But, here we go. It's Buffalo Trace just redistilled and thrown in a different barrel. I've never tried any ASW, not in my area. Steve, what is it? Sealbox. Sealbox has plenty of ASW. Once I run out of this bottle, I'm probably going to pick it up. But they've got a lot, and I don't think Sealbox really price gouges too much on like their own picks and stuff like that. So go check out Sealbox, their website. They've got a decent amount of stuff. They've got it toasted. They've got a lot of stuff. John JJBSB is my go-to. Yes. John J. Bowman single barrel. And if you guys know, there are single barrel store picks of this bottle coming out too. I like this nose. It is such a nice nose. You're getting cherry, you're getting vanilla, you're getting this like peachy note. It's got a little bit of like a cooked down softened peach. Steve, cheers to you. Cheers to you. Salty texts slow because he's probably playing zombies right now. I'll go on. As most of you know, I work at a restaurant. I'm a server, and I don't get home until like 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. So my schedule is a little flip-flop from a lot of people. And I don't know how Salty does it because he's got a regular hour job from what I know. He's on till the wee hours of the morning sometimes playing zombies. He's crazy. He's crazy. He loves that zombies shit. And you know what? More power to him because he probably knows the ins and outs of all those zombies maps. And that's a cheers to him. But this palette, we don't ever really, I don't really ever do it. But we're comparing it to this. E.H. Taylor single barrel. Single barrel, single barrel. Single barrel, single barrel. Let's see. Should be LA for ASW. Lighter and brighter, darker and richer. This is the E.H. Taylor in this bottle, in this glass right here. But this is, they're two different like styled noses. Like if you're looking for a lighter, more intricate, brighter style, you're gonna go for the John J. Bowman. If you're looking for something that's dark, rich, and a little bit complex, you're gonna go for the E.H. Taylor. And it's such a hard bottle to talk about because I know these are so hard to come by. And I was very, very lucky to come across this, not this Christmas, but the previous Christmas. And I got it for $85. I'd spend up to $130 for the single barrels because of just their diversity and the deliciousness that bottle has to offer. And I'm getting really low. I'm gonna need a second one here soon, and I hope I can find one soon. The other day I got 2,063 kills and 40 contracts completed in one game. And how many hours did that take you, Salty? That had to be forever. Because that's on the new zombies in Modern Warfare 3. And that's just insane. Yes, like I just said, lighter, brighter, a little bit, it might even be a little bit more like approachable for a lot more people is this bottle right here, the John J. Bowman. Whereas the E.H. Taylor, I get a little bit darker notes coming off of it. An hour and a half, that's not too bad to complete 40 contracts. I do like the E.H. Taylor a little bit more. I think the E.H. Taylor comes through. It's got a little bit more viscosity. It's got a little bit more punch behind that 100 proof. It's a really, really good port. And compared to the John J. Bowman, this being a little bit easier to find for a decent amount of people, it is a must get. It is a really, really, really must get if you have the ability to get it. I haven't had any other John or what is it? I don't even know what company it is. The Pioneer Spirits. Oh God. The Abraham Bowman. All the other Bowmans, the Bowman brothers. I think that this is your best bang for your buck in that category of distiller. This is your best bang for your buck. So that is that. Like always, I do think that the single barrel E.H. Taylors are leaps and bounds better than the small batch. And this one isn't even a store pick. It's just a regular single barrel offering. I don't know if that's easier to come by or harder to come by. Whatever it is, really, really good pick nonetheless. But you guys want me to dive into this 143.68 proof 13-year bottle of bourbon. This is, from what I know, Barton juice that was then finished in a port wine barrel for another year. So it's technically 14 years in a barrel, but it's a 13-year-old bourbon. Hey, it is. Mark, it's so funny you just said that because Z-Biotics sent me an email this morning wanting to sponsor the channel. And I sent them an email back, so we'll see. I don't think they have 3-hour shipping, but who knows? Maybe we'll have a new sponsor for the channel here in the near future. But we've got Z-Biotics wanting to sponsor the channel. I have reached out to not a sponsor, a company called Till Valhalla Project. I want to be an advocate for the Till Valhalla Project. If you don't know what they are, I've worn this bracelet every single video. It's 22 a day Till Valhalla. I also have a 22 a day tattoo. What that is the Till Valhalla Project. They do veteran suicide awareness. So all proceeds of their bracelets, their t-shirts, their plaques all go towards veteran suicide awareness, which is a very, very big thing in my life. I wanted to be in the military. I couldn't. I have asthma, unfortunately. They didn't want me in there. Whatever. So whatever. Grandfather committed suicide a couple years back. Wasn't due towards military or whatnot. It was other things in his life. But, suicide's a big thing. Military's a big thing in my life. And Till Valhalla, I've worn this bracelet for probably 6 years now. And definitely one of the biggest things in my life is our troops, suicide, and things along those lines. And when you marry those two things together, I'm going to back it up. So that's why I wanted to be an advocate for the Till Valhalla Project. So we're waiting on word from them to see if they want to possibly join in on the channel. It's not a paid promotion whatsoever. It's all of just me talking about their product with what they have to offer, t-shirts, banners, and stuff like that. So hope you guys are intrigued along those lines. But hey, that is what we've got going forth for the first quarter of the year. Z-Biotics possibly, and hopefully till Valhalla project as well. The whiskey is whiskey, not the Z shit. Do it. Z-Biotics is good stuff. Yeah, Z-Biotics, they have some good stuff from what I've heard. They really do. And Steve, cheers to your granddad. That is a cheers to him. A lot of stuff that we went through. I got this tattoo. A lot of you guys see this right here in the videos. If you know what that is, if you don't, I don't know if you can see it in the in whatever, but that is a broadhead, and he was the New Jersey State champion archery shooter, and he was also a bow hunter. So I got a broadhead tattoo with his initials on one of the blades, and yeah, that's what we got going on. That's those are my tributes to him. But this is the 143 proof. And when I dove into this the first time, you could get your nose so deep in that glass and not get any burn. And it is the exact same way this time. And way so different, so different. I'm just going to put that to the side. I like this nose a lot. The nose on this is super sweet. It's pungent. It's got a lot of just that wine characteristic that comes through. Salty says he's got a cardinal for his mom. That is awesome. That is awesome. Cheers to your mom, Salty. Man, that is dry. That makes your tongue look for life inside of hell. But it's not hot. It doesn't go down hot. It just attacks your taste buds, and it makes you look for more. But it doesn't hit your throat hot. It doesn't hit this area hot. It is so interesting how this 143 proof hazmat somewhat drinks lighter and easier than a 100 proof bottle and bond bottle. It's so interesting. Are you saving the Bird Gang to crack when the Sixers lose in the conference finals? Sam, I want to say some mean things to you right now, but you're not being nice. You're not being nice, and I'm not going to be mean just like you're being mean. But going back to this bottle right here, it's funny you talk about Cardinals, Salty, because this is a red bottle right here, and that was a cheers to your mom. It's funny that it's a red bottle. So it's weird things happen in life, right? It's Steve. It is awesome. I mean, as soon as you take it in, it's gonna attack your tongue. It's gonna attack it. It's gonna give you that heat. It's gonna let you know that it's a high proof boy. But when you drink it and you let it hit down your throat, you don't experience that same thing. It's all in the palate. It's a flavor. It's just it overwhelms your palate, and it doesn't really know what to do with it until you let it go down, and then when you're enjoying the finish of it is when you get those nuances of everything about this sip. That is, wow, is that just insanely delicious. You get that port wine, you get the dry effect. You get the bourbon comes through. You get the age. You get the oaky, the woodiness, and it's just a really good sip. The guys that won a pour of this, it will be coming in the mail for you shortly. I promise you that. And when you get it, I want to possibly we'll do a pour together. So when you get it, wait for it. We'll do a pour together and we'll experience it all together at the same time, because it is just one of those, just like take you back, knock you out of your seat, and you will enjoy every bit of that sip. I forgot I had this one right here. That's brown sugar in a glass right there. But I'm going to end this blind. I'm going to end this video. I'm going to end live. You guys have been absolutely amazing. I can't thank you guys enough for all the love and support. And Salty, yes, we'll do a Zoom. We'll do it over there at the Patreon, and we'll do the Zoom. We'll do a little compare and contrast on what you guys think about it and what I think about it, and it'll be a fun time. Hope you guys enjoyed this. This has been absolutely amazing. It has now been nearly 2 hours of this. And wait, did you mean right now? No, Mark, you don't have it right now. I don't know what you mean by that. What do you mean by that, Mark? Steve, thank you so much. I appreciate your tip. I appreciate you. I appreciate everybody that was in this live. It's been 2 hours. It's been a fun one, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like I said, we're doing lives every month, the last week of the month. So the end of February was where we'll be doing our next live, and it's going to be a fun one. Got plans for that one. Hope you guys are excited for it. But until next time, which will be Wednesday when you see the next video, this has been Nathan with the Everyday Drinker. Cheers.